Hi, this video is about convection. Convection is when more energetic particles, those particles that are hotter, move away from cooler regions to warmer regions and they take their energy with them. Convection only occurs in liquids and gases. This is because the particles in liquids and gases are able to move around. Convection cannot occur in solids because the particles in solids are in a fixed position, and convection relies on the particles being able to flow and move around. Liquids and gases expand when they are heated. Let's take the example of water. The particles in hot water have more energy, and this results in there being more distance between each of the particles. Because there is less distance between each of the particles in hot water is less dense than cool water, because the particles in cool water are fairly close together because the particles do not have much energy. As hot water is less dense than cooler water, it results in hot water rising up in the container. As the hot water rises, the particles start to lose energy, and this is because they pass some of their energy on to other particles. As the particles lose energy, they start to move closer to each other, and this results in the water cooling and the water becoming more dense. As the water becomes more dense, it starts to sink down the container. So let's have an example. Here we have a beaker of water and we have a Bunsen burner underneath which is providing heat to this water. The Bunsen burner heats the water particles at the bottom of this beaker. It provides the water particles with more energy, and this results in the particles becoming further away from each other, causing the water to become less dense. As the water is less dense, it starts to rise upwards in the container. As the hot water rises up in the container, the particles start to lose energy because they pass some of their energy on to other particles. This results in the water cooling, and the cooler water becomes more dense and then starts to sink to the bottom of the container. So we have a circular motion whereby warm water rises, then cools, then cool water falls. Then it gets heated up again and then it rises, and so on and so on. We are now going to have another example which is slightly different. We have a beaker of water, but rather than the water being heated up by a Bunsen burner that's underneath the beaker, we have a coil that heats the water up, and this coil is placed about a quarter of the way up the beaker. If this was the case, we would only have convection currents above the water source. This is because the water below the heat source stays cold, because there is almost no conduction in the water.